Ooh.
All right. Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate everyone tapping in to Thursday's episode of Daily Bread, coming at you live right at 11:30 on the East Coast. You already know what you're coming for, the best bets today in the MLB. And don't you worry, we got the championship and one MLS match tomorrow, and then all the lower divisions start in soccer in Europe, and then full MLS slate Saturday. So soccer is going to be full back in the swing of it. Before we know it, we'll have college football and the NFL joining us as well. So the perfect time if this is your first one or if you're a reoccurring viewer, we appreciate all of you. Make sure to give us the tap in, retweet, subscribe, like, follow. We appreciate it, and it's all powered and sponsored by the Wise Guys Diamond Club. Be sure to be checking them out as soon as you can for that summer special. We're live on Twitter, and we're live on YouTube as well. But Sosa, how you doing today?
Oh, man, I'm feeling great. Another day to get some money, right? Another day
Yes,
to
sir.
get a bag, to go crazy at the books. I'm excited. I'm always excited to make money. Yesterday was a good day, cashed on a parlay. The Astros obviously hold us, which is expected, I suppose, because the last 3 days they've been terrible. Now you're getting better value on all of their lines because everyone thinks that they're streaking badly. Well, it seems like they are, but I'm not as worried about them as I am of other teams. But yeah, other than that, not too much. What are your takeaways from yesterday?
The Tigers screwed us by getting the run in the sixth inning instead of the fifth to push that team total over. It's really about it. And then from past that, the Yankees look like they're about to get swept. So that'll definitely be one of the games that we'll be talking about here as well.
Oh, no, it was just a 2-game set for them.
Thought they played tonight. My bad.
Nah, Subway Series, it was a quick one. It was
No,
only 2
they
games.
played Kansas City. Who?
Yeah. After trading for Benintendi last night, who will be getting vaccinated as part of this trade, of part of the trade. Remember we were talking about that?
Yeah.
How he was like the number one candidate. Apparently the Dodgers were still in on him. They were trying to get him. But, yeah, from what I'm reading, the deal's done, and Benintendi is he's going to get vaccinated as part of the trade for the Yankees. So there you have it.
Other than that, we have an 11-day game or 11-game slate today, 2-day games. The rest are at night. So if you're tapping in with us after we've already been live, you got plenty of time, especially in the 7-night games, to be locking in your plays. You have a travel day, but so to the MLB gods have been gracing us with the scheduling gods with the compressed schedule where we haven't had a 5 or 6 game Monday or Thursday in quite some time. So we got plenty of action out here, but we got teams traveling. Other than that, I mean, I think this is something where people have that dumb segment called "Get It Off Your Chest" and shit like that. Stop quote retweeting NFL training camp practice videos where they're going 30%, 50%, either clowning on someone or he's doing great. It's worse than the summer league film that you can put out there. What is it, day fucking 1 and 2 for some teams? And yesterday, my timeline was just flooded with training camp videos. It's no, it's cool. I like watching them. I'm not hating on them getting out there, but you can get 1 or 2 out there. But if you're going to do the entire fucking practice out there, yeah, not needed.
Yeah, I completely agree, man.
He's like up that 3-step drop back. The third one wasn't set enough. That's why he couldn't get the ball over this cornerback for the bro.
You got Kadarius Toney out there looking like a Hall of Famer, man. He's a Hall of Famer off of first day at the gig. Yeah, first day in training camp. He's a first ballot. Crown him. That's what I'm seeing.
That is my biggest thing that I took away from yesterday. And that wasn't baseball related, obviously. But before we get into today's plays, last week we dropped the Big Ten West, or JD, Extra Dough JD dropped the Big Ten West win totals, previews, conference outright future on that side. Today, Big Ten East was dropped. So if you were looking for more win totals to invest that future bankroll, who's going to be coming out of the East, be sure to be tapping in with his video. You can find that in the playlist right under ours, Extra Dough with JD, the #1 college football resource you need to be tapping in week in, week out to get that extra money in the long term.
Yes, sir. Just been, like I said, it's a long road to getting to football. I think everybody's really so starved for it, especially after basketball season ended, and all we've really had for the last month and a half is baseball, right? I mean, obviously, Woj and Shams make NBA free agency seem like it actually matters when in reality it really doesn't. We did more talking about things that didn't happen and that aren't going to happen in regards to basketball. But at the end of the day, it's going to get us to the finish line, right? So football only 6 weeks out. We get a real professionals playing football next week, August 4th. Jags Raiders Hall of Fame game. I know you're super jazzed about that one. I can tell.
The NBA back for your sanity. My sanity is probably going to be completely out the door when the NBA comes back. But that's October, so like we said, perfect time to be tapping in. We teased them enough. Let's get through this 11-game slate. And if I had any of the cojones, I do. I lied, Sosa. We're going with the fish on the money line at plus 120 to start off the day.
There's my guy.
As you know, Ashcraft pitches every other fucking day for this Red squad. Past 2 outings, 3 and 5 runs given up. He has a 5.79 over the last 3, 4.35 overall. Sure, at home he's a little bit better with the 3.45 ERA. But the fish in the bounce back spot, once again, you're giving the Reds the minus number. If I get fooled by it twice, it is what it is, but we're going with the fish.
Oh, man, I love it. I love the play. I'm also on an early play as well. We're rocking with them boys from Baltimore. Early start, Camden Yards. Give me the Orioles team total over 4.5. It's currently at even money on 2 books, and so make sure you line shop for it. Yarbrough, been a minute since he's been back. Don't really think of him as some dominant starter, and you always know that the way that Tampa moves with guys who are coming back from injury or have missed extended periods of time, they tend to be they tend to get a very short hook. I think that the Baltimore lineup is equipped to give the bullpen problems in the event that it's a short outing for Yarbrough. They've got a lot of quality at bats over the last month. They're swinging the bat well still. I like the Orioles to get some runs early against Yarbrough.
Second one of the day, you already know where this one's coming at. Angels, first 5, team total over 2.5 at minus 101. It's the best day of the week. Fade Spencer Howard day, especially on the road. 10.80 ERA. Sure, it took until 4 2/3 of an inning for us to get through, but he gave up 4 runs last time, and we only needed 1.5 on the A's back on the 22nd to get through. We got a Shohei start as well, so you have an extremely juiced first 5 run line that's always sitting at like minus 150, so there's no way to back it there. The bats are going to be early. Shohei will get us 1 on the board as well. Angels first 5, team total over 2.5, minus 101.
Shohei also coming off his worst outing in 2 months. Still struck out 11, but I believe he gave up 6 earned his last start.
Yeah, they kept him in way too long because through 6 he was clean with I think 9 or 10 Ks. He ended up with 6 hits, 6 earned runs, and gave up 2 home runs, and they all came past the 6 at Atlanta. That third time through kind of screws you sometimes. And yes, to everyone in the comments, this is my second Savannah League sports team gear. But Sosa, where are we going for play number 3 for you? I don't know if I have much more left. You know, I got my questions and my leans to see if you can convince me, but those are my 2 favorite plays of the day.
I like a plus money play here in the Yankees Royals game. I like the Royals team total over 3.5. I think we get a relatively high scoring game. I think the Yankees probably win the game, but they do what they've done for the most part over the last 2 months, which is play it close for the first 5 innings, and then the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, just get a bunch of runs and figure out a way to win at the end. It's what they've been doing better than The only team that's done a better job with that is the Dodgers. But the Yankees, if they're down after the first 5, it's the norm for them at this point. Like they're so used to getting it done at the end. Like I've spoke on a couple times this week, the bullpen is a bit taxed. Um, but I still think that they're a baseball team that even if they only ended up going 500 in the back end of the year, that they're they're obviously going to win their division. So I think the Yankees are kind of on cruise control, and they're going to give up some runs. They're going to score enough to win some games, and the back half won't matter as much because at the end of the day, I think they're. You just saw them spend money yesterday. I think they're going to spend more money on another arm, and I think that they're going to go all in to try and win it all this season. Just like we've seen Yankee teams of the past do, but as of recently, they haven't really spent money like that. I think that the Yankees are going to go out here and really, I wouldn't say break the bank, but they're going to spend some chicken over here over the next couple of weeks to try and get a couple more talented players in for the long run.
All right. So Sosa, we got the Phils, we got the Dodgers, we got a few other games to talk about here. Any leans or look or any official plays left on you? If not, we can just rattle through the last few games quickly.
Dodgers on the road after a travel day. I know the number's at 12, so it's going to entice everyone to take it. I lean towards the under. If I had to bet anything in this one, it'd be the Dodgers Rockies under 12. I know everyone is super stoked because of us putting up runs yesterday. Again, travel day, you tend to get some sloppy baseball, and just be careful if you're betting the over. I'm not saying it's impossible, but the number being at 12 for the first game of the series makes me lean towards the under. Just my thoughts. Also, can't touch it because there's too much juice on the play. You got a -2, we're -215, -135 on the run line. I mean, unless you're doing what we did yesterday, which was go super run line or -3.5, there's really not too many looks to bet in this game. If anything, I would double back with the total base parlay that we had yesterday. But instead of, obviously, I'm going to go Freddie Freeman, and we're going to stick with Chris Bryant to do the same. I like Chris Bryant. I think, and that's a parlay that's at, hold on. If you parlayed all three with the under, or those two with the under, it would be +850. But with Freddie Freeman, Chris Bryant, each to get 2 total bases, parlay at +232. That would be my recommendation this one. I do believe that the heart of both lineups eat, and Freddie and Chris Bryant will definitely come through for us.
So Sosa, our man Stick, 0.46 ERA over his past 3.
I knew this.
Back in the groove. He finally gave up 1 run today, or 1 run. The Guardians are now favorites with Cutter Crawford on the mound. Anything here?
Brooklyn's finest, Tristan McKenzie. You know what? You're going to see me basically. I think I'm going to bet on the first 5 with them every single time he takes the mound. He's one of those guys. Once he finds his footing, he tends to be rather consistent. It's just that there's only been like static times in his career thus far where it's been like that. I think he continues to pitch well. I like the if anything, I would roll with the Guardians first 5 money line. Probably. I'm trying to see what the price is. The price at -128. The money line at minus, like that holds value still to me. But yeah, like I said, that parlay is for sure in the Colorado game. That's Chris Bryant 2 total bases, Freddie 2 total bases, and it comes out to 232 +232. So running it back, we're gonna go crazy today. But yeah, I like 5 in the Cleveland game. If anything, that'd be my initial lean. I mean, Tristan, like you said, Tristan McKenzie's been good. It's just very difficult to bet it on a Red Sox team that needs a win badly and going back home because it's such a hitter-friendly ballpark that Boston could go crazy out of nowhere offensively. So that'd be my only fear. But again, I'm rolling with I like Tristan first 5.
Yes, sir. So everyone who just tapped in with us, make sure to give us that like, retweet, follow, subscribe. If it's on Twitter or YouTube, be sure to be dropping in your plays. I'm rocking with the Fish on the early game money line at plus 120, and the Angels' first 5 team total over 2.5 at minus 101. Sosa has plenty of more plays for you out here today.
I'll run them through for you. Baltimore Orioles team total over 4.5 in the early game. Kansas City Royals team total over 3.5 against the Yankees. And a 2-part parlay with Chris Bryant and Freddie Freeman to each get 2 total bases at plus 232.
Nothing in the Phils game?
Man.
Wheeler Day.
I mean, Wheeler's
a huge price.
At minus 196 on the money line, right?
That's what I'm saying. If you have to have some cojones, if you want to be back in the Pirates here in this spot.
Maybe his pitching outs might be a good one. I mean, that's something that I mean, if you're really needing something to gamble on.
I mean, the few times that the Phils have laid more than minus 175 on the road, they've won both of them straight up. So the books are in the right direction there with that one, and the same with the Pirates when they make them big underdogs. They're 5-11 when they are capped at plus 175 as dogs, and their Pirates are 1-8 with coming off a day of rest. So it almost seems too easy, too good to be true there for that one.
Yes, sir.
Supposedly, like in a month or so, he's way ahead of schedule. They're saying. I'll see it when I believe it.
Hey, man, listen, I respect. Listen, I was not a huge fan of Bryce Harper prior to last year. I've been honest about that. I think he's amazingly talented baseball player, but amazingly overrated entering. Based on a lot of the hype. This year really shows me like he really loves to play baseball, and if he's still rehabbing, especially after the UCL, then breaking his wrist like that shows me like he really does love the game. He really does want to come back for the team. So yeah, he's definitely earned a different level of respect from me. Schwarber is, you can't really fault him. I think he's been great for them for the majority of the year. The guy y'all really need to be mad at is Castellanos. He fucking stinks. He's been absolutely awful. You paid him a shit ton of money. He's done fucking nothing.
20 mil.
That's the guy. That is the guy who y'all should be lined up to slap the shit out of, because he's doing fucking money.
Bohm is one of your most consistent players, and then Reese and JT are both having complete mid-year. Yeah, you need NC, you need JT, and you need Reese to be solid there, especially with them out. But that's why you've seen them basically treading water, running at that 6-4, 5-5 mark, looking at their last 10. Thankfully, the Giants are slipping up because now the Phils are officially in the wild card spot. So just tread water till Bryce comes back and see what happens. Very interested to see what they do at the deadline, because there's not much for them to give up, in my opinion. So it's not like they're going to be getting someone solid in.
Before we get out of here, DeGrom pitched a rehab start yesterday. Gave up 2 home runs, 4 runs total. But apparently, from what Showalter said, that his next start will be with the big club. So they're getting DeGrom back. So if run back the tape, if DeGrom comes back and he's DeGrom, the Mets will eventually run away with the NL East. They'll eventually just run away with it. And you guys,
I would hope so. If you don't, then
they fucking better. 2 first ballot Hall of Famers at the top of the rotation. And I think, and what Showalter will do is that he will make sure that DeGrom either pitches the day before or after Scherzer. He will make sure of that.
Other than that, Sosa, anything NFL-wise? I got like 5 more minutes here to get.
Darius Toney, first ballot Hall of Famer. Run him his white jacket, run him his gold jacket tomorrow. Whatever fucking color the jacket is to get into the Hall of Fame. Is it in like an off-white? It's not gold, right? Gold jacket is Happy Gilmore.
It's like a faded gold is the best way to put it.
Gold? I don't know, man.
It's like closer to the tan than it is gold, but it's still got that gold tint to it.
We'll run him his jacket, man.
Supposedly guys are colorblind too, so I could have been living my whole life thinking I'm wearing a pink shirt right now.
Yeah, I think
that this ain't pink.
No, I think by week 6 I'm gonna be yelling free Kadarius Toney though. I can see that coming. What else? George Pickens is a star. We all knew that. obviously we're going off of one. He's first team all everything after one day of practice. Um, don't get caught up in that. Oh, Ryan Jensen went down today, looking like a bad knee injury. Center for the Bucks. That's not a good look. We all know how important.
What do you think about Julio wearing 85?
I really don't know, man. I hope he's got something left in the tank. But last time we seen him, it looked like his hamstrings were fucking fried. So let's hope. Maybe he went and got some blood platelets done to his hamstring. I don't know. Whatever. He's a star. He was a star.
This works out well. On Monday, we talked about running backs. On Tuesday, we talked QBs. Yesterday, we didn't because my ass had to get into the office. We didn't talk some deeper wideouts here. Who, not deeper, but I'm just saying, don't tell me Kupp or Adams and shit like that, or Thielen or Jefferson.
I think Drake London. Okay, I think Drake London's going to have a great season. I think Kyle Pitts will have a great season too.
Here's a good one.
Who?
Lazard, over under 7 touchdowns next year.
I can't touch that yet. I got to see how this whole.
It's not a line. It's just that's a Rex line.
I mean, possible. Definitely a possibility. I think that we're about to see Aaron Rodgers just hand the ball off like an amazing amount this year, and I think people are going to be shocked that they're running the ball with the.
He's not going to want to three-peat for MVP. He's going to give it up.
I mean, if they win, he'll be right there. And you know how these nerds give a fuck about touchdown to interception ratio because that's more important than anything else. So yeah, as long as what is he going to do? If he goes 35-7 like he fucking always does, he's going to be right there.
Oh yeah, if he goes 35-7, that's exactly where Lazard's over it because sure you can dump a few to Jones in the back, sure if you're going to go to Tanyan and the other tight ends, but other than Lazard, there's no one else in that wide receiver core that I would really be targeting for my fantasy squads.
See, I'm not too. See, that's why we got to kind of see how things shake out with the preseason, just because, like, some guy's going to emerge as the slot guy. Slot receivers have been very successful. It's like they're having basically tryouts for who's playing in the slot with Aaron Rodgers, and whomever it is always effective, because he's Aaron Rodgers. So it's still too early to like make that determination. I think obviously Lazard has a leg up on everyone because he's been in the building longer than everyone. But I think Watson is more talented. I think Rodgers is more talented. It's just a matter of them finding their footing in the offense because once they find their footing, they're better athletes than Allen Lazard. You feel me? So it's a little too determined. I like the Rondell Moore breakout candidate.
Here's another good team that everyone's dying to talk about. Which Panthers wide receiver are you targeting?
I mean, it's easy. That's DJ Moore. I mean,
anyone else? Because everyone's saying is Terrence Marshall ain't going to have the bounce back.
McCaffrey. Like, bro, listen. If McCaffrey's healthy, he's top 3. I mean, I think the downfall of Christian McCaffrey has been extremely exaggerated. Talented, super talented running back.
That everyone's favorite phrase now.
Yes.
Shout out to Corey Clement. Got signed by the Ravens. Always.
Yeah, he'll
appreciate Corey Clement.
He'll be cut by. Hey. But hey, man, he helped y'all get a ring. So congratulations to him. New Jersey
catch. So always we'll have love for Corey Clement. But that's going to wrap up today's show. Everyone's expecting
Jersey.
Let's go Savannah Bananas. We out. Until tomorrow.